Hi guys, it's Wayne here again. Now, as I said, I finished my Battlestar and it turned out really well. I noticed there was a couple of missing parts from the guns, so I contacted Rebel and they're going to take a couple of weeks to send those guns through. But moving swiftly on, I've got another project for you. This time it's the Aoshima 148 model of Airwolf. And I can say, by just looking at it, it looks like it's the absolute dog's bollocks. There's so much detail in this kit, I couldn't tell you. And some of the parts are really dinky. Because I've made the 1984 AMT Airwolf, and to be honest, there wasn't much detail on it, which I will show you later on as I convert it into Airwolf 2. Now I'm just going to turn this camera around so I can show you some of the bits and bobs that I've had with the Aoshima Airwolf kit. Just apologise for the shakiness. Hold on a tick. Now here's the box, well the lid anyway. As you can see, it's a nice, really nice box. Come from Japan. Took 2 weeks to arrive. Got it off eBay. Cost me £36 in total. Now, as you can see, is some of the parts. You've got like the stand base. A lot of the parts on the outer are moulded in white. You get. Let me just move that back a bit. There's your 2 pieces, the moulded blacking out of the Airwolf outer shell. To be honest, they're almost too good to paint. And for some strange reason, Aoshima decided to include clear versions of the shell as well. So if you wanted to do an Airwolf 2, if you had a few spare parts from another kit, or if you wanted to do the interior cockpit and you wanted to show it, you could do that in the clear. And there's some of the rest of you got the two rear wing sections for the main tail rotor, and a few of the other bits from the model. I think that's a bit of the side pod from the side. That's that big piece there, that's to go underneath the main cabin, on the interior cabin. Oh, sorry about that. They're the propellers. Now one thing I did like about this, if I can just get this bit there, is the ADF pod and some of the side pod fittings as well are moulded in chrome. I don't know what it's going to be like to paint, so again it's just going to be trial and error. Now I have started to build some of the model. It's very, very slow progress. Now, as you can see, I don't know if I can get that in there, I've started to build some of the interior cockpit area. Now some of those parts are really, really dinky, really, really small. And I've also started to do the side walls of the cabin, the command area, and I've put some of the decals on. That's better, a little bit like that. Now these decals are really, really tiny, and they have actually toured on me putting them in, because what I didn't realise before I put them in, the on the various consoles, them actually stepped up. They've actually, they haven't been smoothed down or anything. I didn't realise that until I'd actually put them on and put the sealer on. But like I said, they're not going to really see that much in there. So once the cabin's built, so I'm not really that bothered about it, to be honest. There's the roof section on the inside. It says to paint it in the 50% yellow, 50% white, so that's what I did. Now one thing I have noticed is that there. Those are the insides of the gun housing on the side pods. If you want to have the gun showing, let's get that box. See on there, if you want to have the gun showing, That's the part you'd use. Now, what I'm going to do, I don't like where those holes are, and it's, you know, where it's inside the actual part. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill that in with some modelling putty. I'm going to borrow some off my friend of mine who does modelling as well, and I'm going to fill that in to make it really smooth. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint that in olive green on the insides as it would be in the TV show, and then on the side pods geared into the actual body, again I'm going to paint that in olive green as well. But again, it's very slow progress. Let me just turn the camera on. It's very slow progress because, like I said, some of these parts are really small, but I'm getting there, so stay tuned. Hi guys, and welcome back. Now, as you can see, get my bloody finger out of the way, I've completed the cabin now. I've glued the main console in with the decals on it. I don't know if I can get it in there. There you just about see it probably, the decals. I've also put the pilots in and Dominic string there. Now what I've done is I've just used some ordinary double-sided sticky tape, some a bit on his bottom and a bit on his back, and I've also done the same for Dominic, a bit on his bottom, a bit on his back. Now I don't know if you can see that, I've glued the console in, the actual screen and the keyboard. Now with string I've done him with gloves. With Dominic I've done him with the slightly pink hands. I don't know if you can map that out, because obviously Dominic wouldn't use gloves when he's trying to type or trying to get a readout on any planes or helicopters are coming up against. And you can see, probably just about make out the decals in there. Just turn that round. I think you can probably just make that decal out there as well. Now that section there is the roof. Just try and put this on one-handed, unfortunately. Just try and get it on. Oh, get on your bloody thing. There we go. Now as you can see, you're not really going to see much once the Airwolf housing is put on both sides, but I know Dominic's in there. Now if I was a bit of an expert model, I'd probably put a light in there and then he'd probably show up if I pressed a button on the stand or something, but unfortunately I don't know anything about lighting, so it's a shame, but you know, at least I know he's in there. Let's just take this roof off. Now as you can see, the cabin is based on that white housing, which is going to stay white according to the instructions. Now inside that there's a polypropylene washer, which I'm assuming is for the landing gear, and there's one in there as well that's black. I don't know what that's for yet because I haven't got that far in the instructions, but that's where we're sitting. Slow progress, but I'm getting there. Stay tuned.